We're back. Woo!
Hello, hello.
Dru.
Who sent that in?
Basil Jackson. I like Basil. Maybe I should eat him. No, Drew. We keep telling you. Yes. Rule number 1. Don't eat the listeners. It's not strictly a rule. Oh, goody. I can eat them then? No. Thank you, Basil Jackson. Nice Beatles reference. All together now.
I am the Eggman.
They are the Eggmen. I am the walrus. Goo-goo-ga-joob. And a goo-goo-ga-drew with a boop-boopy-drew thrown in too. Already singing this early into the episode. This one has straightforward lyrics. Straightforward? Linear. If you say so. As you know, I brought Sid.
The ventriloquist dummy back?
And you're trying him out as a gag writer. Yes, we are well aware. Sid says I need to respond to a bit of the fan mail. And we got lots about my singing in my commentary. I was hoping you didn't see those. Thank you to Sharon Simmons Blanchard for expressing that karaoke with Drew should totally be its own episode, its own thing for live events.
Do we really want to encourage our people?
And thank you, Christopher Bowers, for writing that they need to add a Drusilla commentary option for each episode on the DVD. Oh my gosh, I can just see it. Stop trying to copy me. You can't see the future. That's not, it's another saying, a colloquialism. Well, here's a different coily thing. Colloquialism from me. Thank you, Basil Jackson. That's not tisk tisk, wait for it. Oh, okay. You've ruined the flow, minion Juliet. Thank you, Basil Jackson, for being a jack of all trades and coming up with that lovely sign-on.
Cute.
Still more of a pun than a colloquialism, but we should do a special Halloween song.
What do you suggest?
In the cool of the evening when everything is getting kind of groovy, I call you up and ask you if you'd like to go and meet and see a movie. First you say no, you've got some plans for the night, and then you stop and say, all right, love is kinda crazy with a spooky little girl like Drew. All together now, including you delectable people listening. In the cool of the evening when everything is getting kind of groovy, I call you up and ask you if you'd like to go and meet and see a movie. First you say no, I've got some plans for the night, and then you stop and say, all right, love is kind of crazy with a spooky little girl like Drew. Ba-ba-ba-boo, spooky Drew. Drusilla, you are gyrating again. I know. We're here. Is that a poltergeist reference? Yes, keep up, minion Juliet. I'm so very excited to be discussing Halloween.
I can see that.
Drew, you're whirling. Watch this. Ooh, and now pirouetting. I could have danced all night. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 turns. And she's still going. 14, 15. Drew, you need to calm down. But I can't contain my frivolity.
We see that.
Scooby Dru in season 2. You need to. You see, we vampires never get to enjoy a night out on Hallows Eve, right? So this is the next best thing. Great. Now, let's stop spinning and focus our energy on what we're recording.
Yes. Do you want to dive into the behind the scenes?
Certainly. No. Wait, Drew. We don't need you to actually dive. Why not? It's another one of those expressions, those coily things. Since this is our Halloween episode, woo, woo. Thank you, Drew. I want to share some behind the scenes of what are considered haunted Hollywood locations. Stage 28 was one of the oldest sound stages built on the Universal Pictures lot in Hollywood. The studio was going to film The Phantom of the Opera with Lon Chaney and needed a large enough stage to house a set of the interior of the Paris Opera House. Because the set would need to be able to support hundreds of extras, the stage was built with steel girders in concrete. It was one of the first steel stages of its kind. Sadly, an electrician fell to his death while maneuvering around the catwalks at the top of the stage. There have been alleged sightings of Lon Chaney's ghost, a caped figure that's been reported running around the catwalks above the stage. Other phenomena include lights turning on and off and doors opening and shutting. The set of the Opera House remained at Stage 28 long after the film was completed. One of its famous reappearances was in Todd Browning's Dracula as the Royal Albert Hall. Even with the Opera House set, there was plenty of space to construct other sets. The special effects department from The Bride of Frankenstein used this stage to film the destruction of Frankenstein's laboratory, and the interiors of the Bates Motel in Psycho were filmed there. Cool?
Very.
In 2014, Universal Studios demolished the stage to make room for expanding their theme park, but they carefully dismantled the Phantom's famous Opera House set and put it in storage. I knew the Phantom. Quite a musical chap. He said my singing voice was not of this world. Well, that is one way of putting it. According to Britannica, guests at the Roosevelt Hotel, which housed the first Oscars, have said that they've been entertained by spirit children playing in the hallways, a pianist wearing a white suit with very old shoes playing on the mezzanine, and phantom guests swimming in the pool after hours. Marilyn Monroe stayed at the Roosevelt so often that she purchased an antique mirror for her favorite suite above the pool. After her death in 1962, the hotel stored it, then rediscovered it in the basement decades later and hung it in the lower lobby. Monroe's image has been purported to be there regularly. Four-time Oscar nominee Montgomery Clift is also said to be a ghostly resident who stays close to room 928. That was his home for several months in 1952 while filming From Here to Eternity. Past visitors report the phone ringing incessantly, the radio blaring, the heat turning up to over 100 degrees, and a bugle playing, which his character did in the movie. A few guests said that they were also shoved when they were asleep. Other locations include the Comedy Store, which was originally Ciro's, the Hollywood Reporter/LA Weekly offices, the Santa Monica Pier and Carousel, Hollywood Forever Cemetery, the Cecil Hotel, which inspired the fictional Hotel Cortez in American Horror Story, the Soden House, formerly owned by Dr. George Hodel, rumored to be haunted by the victims of his alleged crimes. The Black Dahlia movie and the TV series I Am the Night was shot there. The Silent Movie Theater, where the original owners are said to be. The Pantages Theater, where Howard Hughes has been rumored to frequent. The Grauman's Chinese Theater, where ghost Fritz, who apparently hanged himself behind the movie screen, has been detected. And the Warner Pacific Theater, where Sam Warner was believed to spend time after his demise. Another BTS thing that I can share is about the scene James and I shot, Spike and I. For this episode, we had rehearsed, but we were not aware till we got to the soundstage that there would be a suspended bank of TVs. Once we had gone through the works, as we call makeup and hair, we hightailed it to set before the camera rehearsal. James and I started to find that we could move in almost a dance-like way through the scene, as we did in the bedroom scene in School Hard. Bruce, the director, came over and started to adjust where I entered from, and we built it out from there. James's scene in that same location was up first, and then we dove, ooh, do I get to dive now? No, into shooting the scene with abandon. Let's metaphorically dive into the synopsis.
Synopsis. A brief summary or a general survey. Don't quote me, but I just love to compile, collate, posit, and then conclude. I'm summary gal. Yup, that's me.
Metaphorical diving. Where's the fun in that? Okay, so Sire, Rebecca... go ahead, Drew. On Halloween, Buffy and her friends patronize a newly opened costume shop. The masquerade becomes real when trick-or-treaters turn into whatever costume they are wearing. That's correct again. 2 for T, and T for 2, me for you, and you for Drew. Do you know what my favourite Halloween ditty is? Demons are a ghoul's best friend. He. Oh. It's particularly adorable to see little ones dressed up. Tiny witches, goblins, ghosts. Why did the ghost get a ticket on Halloween? It didn't have a haunting license. He. Again. Oh. No, I think you mean boo. Bruce Seth Green directed this episode. In Season 1, he directed Teacher's Pet, The Pack, and Nightmares. In Season 2, he directed Some Assembly Required. He goes on to direct more Buffy and Angel, which we will get to as we go along. This Halloween episode opens on Pop's Pumpkin Patch. Buffy uses pumpkins to fight a vampire. It's a humorous fight with the pumpkin choreography and the pumpkin head scarecrow thing. What does a carved pumpkin celebrate? Halloween. He. Oh. Where is Pop's pumpkin patch located? Sunnydale? But which part of Sunnydale? The seedy part of town. He. Oh, Sid's handiwork, no doubt. With my genius delivery. The fight in the pumpkin patch gets more serious as we see that it's being filmed. For my Spiky, yes, we will get there in due time. In Drew time. Buffy dusts the vamp with a sign. Do you know what song is at the Bronze when Angel is waiting for Buffy?
No, I don't.
It is Shy by Epperly. The Bronze is decorated for Halloween. Angel is sitting in front of something. Did you notice what?
No, I was too busy looking at the lighting.
Angel's sitting in the middle of a spider's web. Well, no one should ever forget he's a predator. Yes, this set dressing illustrates that.
You could also say that he's caught in Buffy's web.
Ooh, he is. Good one. And without Sid, too. I'm impressed. Charisma is back to talking about Devon. I guess Richard and the frat boys made a negative impact, and Devon is better. However, he has stood her up. I didn't see that. She's quite capable of standing up herself.
No, it's another...
One of those coily things? Yes. Buffy comes in disheveled, but let's face it, she is TV disheveled. She looks great. Didn't you think so?
Yeah, there was only a couple of perfectly placed pieces of straw.
Exactly. But she sees Angel laughing with Cordelia and misinterprets. Buffy's late due to her slaying duties, and like in Reptile Boy and previous episodes, the point of being the slayer, making her life difficult and unusual, is driven home. She's unable to date normally. She says that beheading is not the stuff dreams are made of. Speak for yourself, Buzzy. Beheading.
Snyder makes Buffy, Willow, and Xander sign up for chaperoning the little kids.
A horde of youngsters. Now that's monstrous.
I agree.
The This episode establishes that Halloween is the one night a year that it is unusually quiet for Buffy. No demon activity, which includes vampires. Giles has told Buffy that it is dead for the undead. Vampires stay in. As I told you earlier. You did, but take it down a notch. My cup runneth over. I've got excitement spillage. That's some interesting way of putting it. Larry the Jock bullies Xander. Larry Bagby plays Larry Blaisdell. He plays him like he's not too swift. Larry is also known for playing Ernie/Ice in Hocus Pocus. We learn more about Larry the Jock in future episodes, but we won't do the spoiler alert this time. Larry's being crude about Buffy. This is a follow-up from Reptile Boy with the frat boys. It's that same kind of mentality. Buffy comes to the rescue, but Xander says that she made it worse because he will be branded a coward now. Did you notice what Halloween decoration is on the library doors?
Yes, I did. There are silhouettes of black cats in the doors.
Yes, and they're so cute.
They are, and it sets the tone for the cat burglar-like moves that Willow and Buffy have to use to enter the room.
Yes, and the score accentuates this. It feels like spy music when Buffy and then Willow are trying to be surreptitious. It builds up the intrigue. Last episode in Reptile Boy, Buffy lied to Giles. Here in Halloween, she tries to distract him so that Willow can sneak his private Watcher diaries, which are kept in his personal files. Lying and stealing. Why is she the hero of this saga? When she gestures to Willow, she covers it by mussing her hair, and she comes up with all of these creative gesticulations. It's funny when Buffy asks Giles if demons hate how commercial Halloween has become. Well, it has become consumerist compared to back in the day. Speaking of which, do you know where Halloween comes from?
Tell me.
The Halloween holiday has its roots in the ancient Celtic festival, Samhain, a pagan religious celebration to welcome the harvest at the end of summer when people would light bonfires and wear costumes to ward off ghosts. The Celts who lived 2,000 years ago, mostly in the area that is now Ireland, the UK, and northern France, celebrated their new year on November 1st. They believed that on the night before this, the 31st, the boundary between the worlds of the living and the dead became blurred, and that the ghosts of the dead returned to Earth. In the 8th century, Pope Gregory III designated November 1st as a time to honor saints. Soon after, All Saints' Day came to incorporate some of the traditions of Samhain. The evening before All Saints' Day was known as All Hallows' Eve, and later, Halloween. Do you know how carving jack-o'-lanterns started?
No, I don't.
Was it at Pop's pumpkin patch? Hee. No. The tradition originated in Ireland using turnips instead of pumpkins. Did you know that?
I actually did, but I always got stuck on the idea of turnip pie versus pumpkin pie.
Oh, that would not be good.
Yeah.
Plus too small to carve them really well, I think the same way.
That would have taken a lot of time, and turnips are very dense.
They are. Apparently, it was based on a legend about a man named Stingy Jack who reportedly trapped the devil and only let him go on the condition that Jack would never go to hell. But when Jack died, he learned that heaven didn't want his soul either, so he was forced to wander the earth as a ghost for eternity. The devil gave Jack a burning lump of coal in a carved-out turnip to light his way. Locals eventually began carving scary faces into their own turnips to frighten away evil spirits. Did you know that part of the legend?
That part I did know. You're not supposed to blow out the candle on your jack-o'-lantern before Halloween is done.
Oh, what happens if you do?
Oh, it's bad luck.
Oh, okay. Superstitions abound.
Quite.
The final way that Buffy thinks to distract Giles is to tell him that Ms. Calendar thinks he's a babe. He is the parental figure again. This is shown in both how she's behaving and in saying that it's hard for her to think of the adults kissing, Because people always think that about their own parents' sexuality. She uses the words smoochies. Shall we have some three-way smoochies? No.
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 No, 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 no.
Nope.
I have always thought that the drawing of the gal from 1775 looks like Drew. Me too.
I completely agree.
Watcher Dev always thought it was me. But we find out that Angel was 18 and human, and Drew wasn't around him or sired by him until 1860. It's rude to tell a lady's age. Also, the timeline stated in the scene may be a little bit fudgy, as later it's established that Liam was born in 1727 and became a vampire in 1753. Either way, she looks a bit like me. No argument here. They say she's unnamed, but did you see the name in the writing around the drawing?
I saw the writing, but I couldn't make out the name.
I paused it, and it says Sarah Goodfriend.
Mm.
And she's hiding a flower. Did you notice that there were other words inscribed there too?
I did, but again, didn't get to see. I should have paused it.
Witchcraft, curse, spell of the Venus-Mars coven. Warlocks are from Mars. Witches are from Venus. You mean the book? Men are from Mars, women are from Venus? No, I meant the book. Warlocks are from Mars, witches are from Venus. Keep up. Okay. Most importantly, the drawing foreshadows what Buffy looks like later in her costume. Don't you think so?
Absolutely.
I think witchcraft is included in the writing because this episode contains a spell. Allie's timing when putting down her tiny waist is really funny. I like that. It's cute. Cordelia often seems to have selective hearing. She can be observant like she was in When She Was Bad when she gets that Buffy is dealing with trauma, but now she won't listen to the fact that Angel is a vampire. By the way, did you notice what the poster reads in this scene?
No, I didn't.
It says, there are no mirrors in this locker room, but there is at least one because Cordy puts on lip gloss at a mirror. Cordelia is the modern-day version of what Buffy wants to be, carefree, her thoughts definitely not on beheadings. Poor Cordelia. The costume shop looks like it would be a really fun place to shop. Buffy sums up Halloween as come as you aren't night.
The whole idea is freedom for being another part of you. The one night that you don't get judged. Whenever we see characters shopping for Halloween costumes, they're usually in places that spell chaos. Just the way everything got set up on the shelves and hanging gives us a feeling of being crowded in on and confused. We see it in movies like Halloween and one of my favorite, a film called Trick or Treat. We established the night's activities all happening and being discussed within the costume shop. That's the place where you really hear about the characters trying to be somebody else for the night.
Yes. And then we meet Ethan Rayne. He references the Godfather film using the word deal instead of offer you can't refuse. But like in Godfather, strings are attached with this kind of arrangement. Ethan Rayne is played by Robin Sachs. Robin is so good as Ethan. I had just shot the lead in a movie called Ravager with Bruce Payne, Yancey Butler, and Robin. We'd been working long hours in a spaceship set, and he was fantastic. So facile with all of the exposition his character had, and so present emotionally. When I got the Halloween shooting script, I saw that Robin had been cast, and I was so excited. When he walked in the door of the cast table read before starting to shoot the episode, I cheered and I ran and I gave him a big hug. We beamed at one another through the entire table read. In Buffy, he also lends his expertise in delivering exposition and pertinent plot details, while filling in every emotional beat. Ethan is dealing with the mystical, which Robin grounded in truth and earthly realism. I'm sorry Robin passed away too soon. He was absolutely delightful in every way. The bank of TVs discussed in our behind-the-scenes section, on which Spike watches the video of Buffy fighting at Pop's pumpkin patch, reminds me of The Man Who Fell to Earth. Have you ever seen that movie?
Yes.
I love that movie. David Bowie is just incredible.
And everything that man did was incredible.
I agree. I miss David Bowie.
Yes.
I mean, his music, I didn't know him personally. In the movie, David Bowie is an alien, and he watches multiple TVs at once to learn and soak up information about humanity. We would watch various episodes of Seinfeld all at once.
I'm still wrapping my head around the fact that you guys were big Seinfeld fans.
Head wrapping. So fun. Spike watches the video over and over like a prize fighter studying his opponent. Ooh, and then. Well, I come in. I come in with Miss Edith and ask, "Do you love my insides, the parts you can't see?" To which my prince answers, "Eyeballs to entrails, my sweet." True, and I foretell that everything is switching, so Buzzy will be weak. Buffy, zzz, buff, zzz, 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 zzz. Stop that! This is the scene where we have our dance-like moments. I could have danced all night. I could have danced all night. Sure, we even lean our heads in opposite directions at the very end.
That is a nice button to the scene.
Thank you. It was shown that I, you mean me, had visions in School Hard in the scene with the Anointed One, but here it's spelled out more. Why did the witch take a nap before going to the Halloween party?
Why? Hit us with it.
She needed to rest a spell. He.
Maybe we need to coin Drusilla's jokes a Sid.
I resent that. He's just the writer. We'll think on it. I was talking about the fact that my having visions, is spelled out more. There is a spell in Halloween, but I don't do it. Not what I meant, but we do see Ethan Rayne conjuring a spell. I like his blood eyeshadow. I should give that a go. Please don't.
That's a definite no.
Ethan beckons chaos. A great pastime. I love to beckon chaos. Say it. Spoiler alert, you do like the chaos demon later. Don't get me started. I've a lot to say about that. All right, we will get to that when he shows up. Buffy dresses like a princess, like I did back in the day, but she's less graceful. Sire Rebecca, have you ever done what Willow did, dressed sexy but then chickened out?
I have, but my chickening out came on the way home. I found out that what you leave the apartment in and ride the subway with on Halloween night, in the light of November 1st, it's a very different look. And for some reason, I had to stop at a store and buy pants to take a cab ride home that day.
What were you wearing?
I was kind of in a schoolgirl uniform that year.
Oh, sexy schoolgirl.
Yeah, and I did not realize just how short that skirt was. And I stayed at a friend's, and in the morning got dressed, stepped out onto the street, and realized very quickly that it was not enough clothing at all to get home. Grateful for the Gap and a pair of jeans.
So you had your chicken out moment when you were already out and about.
Yes. I think on Halloween night, there's a lot more confidence that goes around. The confidence that we finally see Willow have at the end of the night, I started out with and did a reverse.
You had the opposite journey.
Yes.
As Willow.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Larry bullies Xander again. He's stoking Xander's resentment. Oz and Willow bump into one another. Their encounter is farce-like again, as it was in Inca Mummy Girl. I think Robin/Ethan performs the incantations so well. Then the kitties change. They morph and become what they're dressed up as does Xander. Xander is skilled at being the military man, We've seen him be predatory in the pack, a leading man in Inca Mummy Girl, and now he adds this color. He has a lot of range as an actor. He's precise with his movements and his use of the weapon.
At each turn, we get to see another side of each of the members of our gang. After feeling emasculated by Buffy stepping in to fight for him, which was ultimately fighting for herself, Xander gets to be the hero and show he is capable.
Exactly. We've discussed that the genesis of wearing scary costumes began to ward off ghosts. But do you know how trick-or-treating started? Speaking of ghosts, well, we actually weren't. Why did the ghost starch his sheet?
Why?
He wanted everyone scared stiff. He. Yep, definitely a Sid. There's a lot of debate about the origins of trick-or-treating, but generally there are 3 theories. The first theory suggests that during Samhain, the Celtic people would leave food out to appease the spirits. Over time, people began to dress as these unearthly beings in exchange for similar offerings of food and drink. The second theory speculates that the candy collection stems from the Scottish practice of guising, which is a secular version of souling. During the Middle Ages, children and adults would collect food and money from local homes in return for prayers for the dead on All Souls' Day. They would include songs, jokes, and other tricks. A third theory is that modern American trick-or-treating stems from Belsnickeling, a German-American Christmas tradition where children, dressed in costume, visited neighbors to see if they could guess their identities. In one version of the practice, the children were rewarded with food or other treats if no one could identify them. Why is it that skeletons never go Belsnickeling or trick-or-treating?
What?
Because they have no body to go with. He. Why didn't Mum let the little witch go Belsnickeling or trick-or-treating either? Why? She was expelled from school. He. Oh, definitely
a
a
Sid.
Sid. So, Rebecca, did you barter and swap out candy with friends or siblings?
Absolutely. Candy was, and it still is, power. You swapped a little bit, mostly the good candy, over anything else. And then any candy that nobody wanted to eat, we usually played cards with.
Oh, I like candy as power. So you were developing negotiating tactics with Snickers.
Absolutely.
Was she laughing? Snickers, the candy. Speaking of Halloween candy, why don't skeletons like it? They don't have the stomach for it. He. Oh, wait, I've got another good one.
Oh, okay.
You ask where werewolves store their Halloween candy. We didn't, but in a warehouse. Halloween fun.
Oh.
Where were we before werewolf humor? Oh, I was about to discuss Willow. To be continued.
The missing scene that could have been in this week's episode.
This is the dullest Halloween ever. I didn't sign up to be a stay-at-home murderer. I don't get to join in any of the fun. I guess I'll watch a scary movie. His Girl Friday. That's a terrifying one. You know what? I need a good laugh. I think I'll watch a comedy. I'm so bored. Let's see. Comedy. The Exorcist.
I'll start with a side-splitting scene. The head-turn bit has me in stitches every time.
I'm excited to tell you about our Revamped with Juliet Landau podcast sponsored Halloween
online event with me.
and me.
Me and Drew, we're moving in.
Look at all the people. All these nice people. Yes, Drew, it's all the folks we're hanging out with on Halloween. We will be watching 2 classic Buffy episodes, School Hard and Halloween,
There will be interviews with me
and me,
and Todd McIntosh,
as well as an interview with Jerry Baker,
makeup and hair department heads in honor of dressing up.
and an online cosplay contest judged by myself, Sire Rebecca.
And me.
The link for tickets is julietlandau.dreamhosters.com. You can come for 1 day or get the 2-day combo. I hope to see you there.
Let's get ready to Buffy!
If you want to be considered as a contender for this season's trivia battle, please email revampedpod@gmail.com. Yes, be sure to include your name, where you weigh in with your number of watch-throughs, where you're located, something interesting about you, or something you think would be good to share.
And your social media handles.
Yes, woohoo! Woohoo! Boop boop be Drew. Revamptees, please correspond with me on our Patreon page, Revamped with Juliet Landau, on Twitter, @Juliet Landau, on Instagram, @Juliet_Landau, and on the Fans of Juliet Landau Facebook group, or Juliet Landau official Facebook page. Patreon peeps to be read in the credits: Dave Hall, Fawny June Kendall, Daniel Harbour, Louise Brennan, Brandon Key, Cameron Burton, Donnie Ruskin, Madeline Pruitt, Marion Stevenson, Antonio H. Gutierrez, and Bobby Pelham. It makes all the difference because we cannot keep making the show without you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Until we meet again.
See you next time when we do it again. Do it again. Until then, rewatch, revamp, reinvent, and be remarkable you.